to the mayor, we've had quite a few conversations, is we recognize that to a certain extent when we come to town, so does the circus. And hear me repeat the signs.
Not that we don't trust the government,
and say,
but
trust me, but also ask these types of questions.
I can't answer.
They're experts. They've seen this happen in other towns and cities all across this country for decades, unfortunately. So we know what to look out for.
I know who's coming and going on this site.
On the science, and I hope you're teaching strong science. For me to take the easy questions, and for them to take the hard questions. All right.
I can't answer any of your questions.
To do their own sampling.
We noticed that there wasn't a lot of contextualization of the actual numbers that EPA had on air measurements in comparison to what EPA considers to be a safe level for lifetime exposure. And we found
waiting in line with the people, none of them liked doing it. None of them liked doing it. Some people even said it was like signing away their soul.
If your animals if you think they're acting strange, be sure to have them visit the vet. And recreational water. I grew up hunting and fishing with my father and grandfather. I love being outdoors. I love fishing. I understand that our wildlife requires clean drinking water.
acrolein, that some of the measurements were above what would be considered safe if it were to continue into long term into the future.
I need to know.
You're standing on private property right now.
I'm sorry, but I need to know.
The hours I'm working and the questions
You're standing on private property right now.
I'm sorry, but I need to know.
I have to check with my public information officer.
Okay.
You're on private property.
I'm sorry.
And so we're laser focused on making sure we restore it back to its original health.
I know who's coming and going on this site.
But this is private property. You refer me to your public information officer? Have you taken samples?
I can't answer any of your questions.
You can't.
Your park water might be, pool water might be even better this year.
Be strong on the science, and I hope you're teaching strong science here. Believe in science, and we can't let certain conversations take us away from science. Just hear me repeat the science and say, trust me, but also ask these types of questions. They're cleaning up the creeks, and like you guys might be walking by and say, hey, what's going on? And the people on site weren't willing to explain it to you. And what we want to do is
monitoring and stuff for us.
we welcome that partnership. And
Have you taken samples?
I can't answer any of your questions.
You can't. Well, then why?
have people that will open up and say, this is what we're doing, this is where we think we are, and we'll keep you posted. We don't want to keep you all guessing. If we're cleaning up something or doing something, we want to be in a position where we can explain it. And as the mayor said, in plain English and regular folks talk, not high-minded scientific terms, we want to be able to say, as the mayor said, it's probably better than it was before.
If you need new jerseys next year, call me and we'll take it.
It's all on the map now. Apparently, the water quality in 7 states away is being impacted by East Palestine. I think we have to
Contacted like the state EPA that said we would like to be citizen scientists and we would like to do water, air monitoring, collect data. You guys crunch the numbers because we don't know what we're doing, but we would love some. We trust what we find. We trust our science. So that's we would.
Chemicals, including dioxin. We're doing a lot of soil sampling and water sampling. My view is that it was a bad decision to release it and burn it. So I have undergraduate and graduate degrees in chemical engineering. I mean, I've brought respirators and stuff with us. The problem is to wear a respirator, you need to know what to protect from, right? Hydrocarbons, acid gases. We're here, I think, the first group independently to try to figure out what's really here, because what they were measuring most of the time is what they call VOCs, which is just some generic, it's not a specific chemical, right? I couldn't in good conscience until we did some sampling data know what to protect against.
dioxin as a byproduct of this disaster being elevated. Well, we just don't believe that to be true. But we can talk to our regional office about how to do that. And to your latter point, even if we do crunch the numbers, even if we do crunch the numbers,
How is Norfolk Southern handling this?
you know, I would say that right now, if I had to give them a grade, it would be incomplete. You know,
Everyone is worried about their private wells. How many have been tested? Why are the tests taking so long? And what are the findings?
The testing of private wells is done at Columbiana County Health Department in collaboration with Norfolk Southern. I've not seen those results, and I don't know how long it takes to get them, but that's, again, private information provided.
data available on our website, so fully transparent.
Who's coming and going on the site?
But this is private property.
How long? They want to know if their animals can drink the water, et cetera, whether it's safe. How long before that's expedited so they know?
They direct their questions to the Columbiana County Health Department or to Norfolk Southern. They're the ones doing the tests and have the contracts with the labs.
Having the criminal process, the crime scene.
This was in a range, Norfolk Southern.
Once again tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Here since we've been feeding the White House information
Been involved in these before. They know that things are going to dissipate with time.
to ensure that the air that you're breathing is good.